definitely normally not Khan. You know, he's from like a rom-com. He's the comic relief in a romantic comedy, which is comedy on top of more comedy. And not right now.
Looking at that game, I think that for Gen G it's really easy. If you don't lose that first skirmish, if you play that out cleanly, if BDD stays with the rest of his team, I think that this game looks completely different. Because I think that so many plays during this game were on such a small edge, right?
Yeah.
And I think both teams played excellently, but in the end, Damwon Kia, they take that early lead, and then they increase it ever so slowly, but in a beautiful way. And now we are looking at a 1-0 lead for Damwon. Wow.
See whether they can continue making the moves as, yeah, Khan topping the damage for his team. Ghost doing not a whole lot. But, I mean, it's the life of a Jhin when your top lane is just straight up hauling you over the finish line. Khan really, yeah. You look at all the stats for Rascal, you look at the stats for Khan, and then you realize stats don't matter. Sometimes it's just about who plays good on the day, and Khan absolutely played extraordinarily well. Viego also a very good champion, but piloted exceptionally by Khan in this game.
We've been getting better at him, and that makes me happy because I remember the first weeks that we saw Viego in the LCK. He stood in lane, and then he autoed, and then his team lost, and then he did nothing. Oh no!
Oh no! Can we move that? Can we wake him up? Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's a Gen G fan. He's upset. He'll wake up when they start winning, potentially in game number 2, or maybe next week. Not sure. Hopefully he doesn't have to stick around here for too much longer.
I mean, he's hoping he does, right? Because he wants free games. Otherwise, it's real bad.
Yeah, I mean that's true. But if Damwon Kia win the next one, then he's going to spend a lot of time at Lol Park waiting for Gen G to take on T1 on Friday next week, I believe.
Yeah. It's going to be a while.
That's certainly going to be a long time. He's going to be chilling out here. But we're going to go to a short break. When we get back, we'll see whether Gen G can indeed bring us to the 3 games that we all want.
물었어. 오케이 노플.
노플.
나 초식했거든.
네. 아 이거 별로 안 좋아.
얘네 궁다 빠졌어.
레오나는 죽었어 일단.
오케이.
빼면서 하자. 높은 공 빠졌어. 어때?
날라왔고.
얘네 궁 다 없어. 얘네 궁 다 없어.
안 보여.
들어가볼게.
나 초식 한번 쓰고. 얘네 궁 다 없어. 얘네 궁 다 없어. 진이 캐리할 만한데?
딜 잘하긴 했는데.
진 터트골 열면 될 듯?
예, 루시안 노플.
루시안 노플.
예, 거의 열면 안 돼요. 예, 노플 대시 없어. 나이스.
나이스.
딴 건.
미드 가면 끝나겠다.
나 키웠죠?
야, 웨이브. 바로 수축으로 지우는 거 막아야 돼.
야, 뭐야.
아, 너가 타줘야 돼.
야, 누가 집 막으러 가봐.
동아 형이 잡겠다.
이겨.
마비. 아 죽었어.
내가 몸 될게. 위에부터.
마지막 맞춰서 다행이다.
나이스. 나한테 다 잡네.
나이스 웬일. 와 뭐야 이거. 나이스.
나이스.
Going till there ain't nothing, keep the flame on max. I'ma keep it going till there ain't nothing left. Going till there ain't nothing, keep the flame on max. I'ma keep it going till there ain't nothing left. Going till there ain't
Welcome back to the LCK analyst desk, and we had the biggest hyped matchup for the week, Damon Kia versus Gen G. And we had some new strategy from both teams in this game. Lucian mid and Set mid. Those are all picked for the first time by Showmaker and BDD in the summer split. We could tell that this is not the mainstream strategy that two teams were taking throughout the split, but this time around, they were trying something new in order to find a breakthrough of the split. Looking at the comp itself, I think they all drafted around their top side and a bit of a supported role down on the bottom lane, so it's hard to tell which side had an edge over the other. But Gen G, they were being more proactive, and they made the fans excited with Lucian, having some pop-off performance in the early game and making a lot of rotations, and maybe that caused some accident. Gen G had one of the strongest teamfight comps here in the LCK, whereas Damon Kia completed their dive comp with Viego, Diana, and Set. Rumble and Varus were trying to kite back from Damon Kia's dive comp, but it was too easy to get collapsed by Damon Kia's players. In fact, we had a lot of back and forth team fights, so this game could have gone either way. But I just want to take a look at this champion called Jin here. It seemed like Gen G was a little bit lost dealing with this champion. So here's the first replay where we had a huge fight breaking out around Scuttle Crab, and Damon Kia won this trade so big. A lot of things happened in this fight. Two teams were all going in for this 4-on-4 Scuttle fight. Gen G's Rascal even invested his TP in order to lock down that Scuttle Crab. So Damon Kia moved as if they were backing, but they were actually setting up for a counter play because BDD thought Damon Kia's players were leaving the scene, but it was actually a counter fight set up by the Damon Kia players. Lucian already used his dash in order to get behind the wall, so he even had to use his flash in order to buy more space away from Damon Kia players, and even Braum was sacrificing himself to save that Lucian, but he also joined his mid laner. Damon Kia grouped up as one, and they were able to split the Gen G players and picked up multiple kills. BDD had ward around the mid lane, but he didn't really gather enough information whether Damon Kia players were completely leaving the scene or not. So it was a bummer that Lucian made the decision too fast. And here's the second replay where Viego had some montage moment in this fight. So we had the player come at the beginning of this team fight. Burrow was so confident that he was able to connect that CC onto that Lucian. Well, Gen G was able to kite back and pick up a kill onto that Leona. But let's take a look at this Braum. Braum was able to take so much damage in the front line, and then he died. Then Khan turned into that Braum. Once again, he was the main front line, eating up all the damage for the Damon Kia players as well. Here in the LCK, we didn't have many games where Viego was able to find that much of a reset in a single fight. And when he gets to do that, he usually dominates the fight because of the sustainability and the multiple capability that this champion can offer. We also want to take a look at the Varus pick as well. This champion with this loss again is now on a 7-game losing streak. So I really want to find out how these two teams will think about this champion called Varus in the upcoming pick and ban. Now it's time to check the player of the game for game number 1. And Khan, for sure, a very well-deserved POG on Viego. He was having a phenomenal performance on this champion, not only today, but recently as a whole. But he was also very supportive of his teammates, especially Ghost. We had this one team fight where the curtain call didn't really find many targets. But after that, in the Khan's mic check, he said, "You don't have to say sorry, you don't need to say sorry, keep your spirit up." We could tell that this player was doing a lot of work to help out his teammates in and out the game. At first, when he turned into Braum, we were like, is that the best decision? But after seeing some of the play that he can pull off on the Braum, I had to change my thoughts here. And the itemization from Khan was also really so on point, you know. The Iron Spike Whip also so powerful, especially dealing with the Lucian on the mid lane as well. So props over to Khan with some clever itemization and also being the pillar of the team's mental fortitude. And Khan is now on the second place on the POG standings here in the LCK Summer. I think these days, even though a lot of people say the bottom, especially the AD carry, has gained more influence and power in the current meta, I still want to say it is always about the top side of the map. And Khan will pick up 12 votes for that performance on Viego. Gen.G was one match away from tying their win streak record, but Tamankia always steps in whenever it's Gen.G's significant moment, so it's time for game number 2.
Thank you so much, Ji-sun, for the translation of the analyst desk, and here we are for game number 2. Now, I have the script in front of me, and do you want to know what it says, Chronicler?
Gen.G wins on red side.
Yes. Do you know what happens after that?
Kia win on red side, yeah.
That's what it says here. Doesn't necessarily mean that it is set in stone as, oh, the Holy Ghost. It's actually really adorable. But look, Ghost didn't exactly have the most amazing performance. However, wasn't awful in game number 1. Gen.G obviously pick up the red side. Win rates dictate that they should definitely win here. But Damwon Kia can certainly throw some spanners in the works. And that game, Showmaker had barely any agency, right? He was on the set in not the greatest of matchups and foregoed any sort of lane pressure in the early game. But look at his face. He's still real happy. Having a bit of a giggle with Koma there before we get into this game. So let's see whether it is going to be one of Showmaker's pop-offs, because maybe that's what they need in order to close this one out with a 2-0.
I'm still just shocked by how good Khan is, or how consistent Khan has been.
Yeah.
Even though I think that there's been like individual series where or games rather where he hasn't looked the greatest as a whole. Meanwhile, Canyon is just like, I am just the same as per usual.
Yeah.
There's no expression whatsoever. And it's really good to see him have performances like he did just now. Also, Lee Sin-Man's consistently being thrown the way of really either team. I think Damwon doesn't necessarily want to first pick it with the amount of OP junglers available. And wow,
Rumble banned. Is this first pick Diana territory? Is that what? No, Viego's just a little bit too good here.
We've learned. It used to be all about Gwen, and now we're like, Gwen is still good. You know, we can pick her up in the second rotation. But we're all about that set Viego. But now it's Gen.G. You just pick up Diana and set, right?
Nocturne
Diana,
I reckon.
Yeah, it's probably better.
It's what I'm sort of feeling. Although maybe they don't want to pick the Nocturne, or unless they put it in the mid lane, because Rascal didn't have the greatest time into Khan's Viego. I think this Diana has to be picked up, though.
Yeah, you pick Diana 100%. That's not the question mark. It's more about what you pick with it.
Oh no! Oh no! Do you know what's gonna happen?
It's Renekton, isn't it?
Oh no! No, not on Gen.G's side. Oh, it might be. Maybe they do.
Don't do that.
Don't play with our hearts like that. Don't.
God.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so the Renekton's picked up. Gen G are going to likely give that one over to Rascal. He just loves Renekton. As we know, as Canyon's hovering the Kindred.
I don't love that.
Don't love that. Don't love that at all. 10 seconds to go, so Canyon, you can change your mind. Thank goodness. Okay. Whew, out of the woods.
So, a little bit iffy there. And normally we don't talk about hovers, but it is Canyon, and he picked it last time. And
yeah.
We were there for what happened. And I think that Rascal is one of the top laners that I would actually trust with using the Renekton well. We've also seen good examples of the Renekton literally today.
Yeah, dude, it's very good.
Let's not forget, as we've already pointed out, worldwide, this champion is completely fine. It's just us in the LCK that have had some difficulties, but with the amount of early game pressure that both these two teams have shown, I'm fine with it. As Damonkia yet again say, well, Ghost, have fun. We're gonna not really care about you, and we're gonna draft Engage, and if you get taken down, we're fine with that. We're just going to play our own game. Because, of course, this provides little to no peel, but it does mean that the offensive capabilities of the bot lane are quite menacing. And it's also, I'd personally say, the best champion that Barrel's playing at the moment.
Well, the set is going to be locked in here, so the wombo combo potential of Diana's set has been locked down by Gen G. Going to be very happy about that one. We'll see where they're going to focus their bans. Sort of on... Picks for Showmaker is definitely an option, as Lucian could be taken off the board. We saw how much pressure was able to be put down, but I think junglers are probably where their mind is going to go.
Wow.
Taking a while here, as Gnar is going to be taken away. Very interesting, expecting the Viego to go into the mid lane or into the jungle is odd. Very cool that Viego can be a jungler, and Canyon's already showed us, because that means that Damonkia can instead just lock in 2 magic damage champions, like Kennen and X, Kennen Azir perhaps, and then put the Viego in the jungle.
There's another champion that starts with A that's also still open.
Oh yes, and that is one that Khan and Showmaker are both very, very good at.
Oh yeah, so I would not be surprised to see that ban there, because I think it's a terrible to face flex. That is just a great pick. Although, okay. I was about to go, into the Gen D comp right now. It's not necessarily amazing, but you don't want to deal with that. You don't want to.
Kai'Sa for the comp synergy, as Tahm Kench is available, and so Senna's banned, but Jinx Tahm certainly an option, and that is exactly where Gen G are thinking.
Yeah, this can't get punished, right? Because they've already locked in the Leona.
Yeah.
Unless this is time for Khan 11.13. Tahm Kench top lane.
Yep.
But no.
No, Silas.
There you go.
Yeah, it has to be Silas, because Khan does get Devour if you kill the Tahm Kench.
Yeah, that's the attack.
Yeah.
And this would be into what is looking like the set, but you don't know the exact sets. It might be into the Renekton as well, but LeBlanc should be completely fine into both.
Yep.
And for Damonkia, still some flexibility available in what they are going to pick up as their final pick here. I think that is going to be a jungler.
You'd expect so.
What works well, I mean, a lot of the... Ooh, that's a throwback.
Looks like Atlas does in fact have the script in front of him, because this will be putting Viego into the jungle. As that's the Ornn locked in. One of these classic matchups into the Renekton. However, we don't necessarily know that the Renekton is going into the mid lane. That being said, set into Viego. Oh, sorry, Viego's in the jungle, so it's all a bit confusing. But I think that LeBlanc and Ornn are probably going to be okay with either of the matchups. I guess.
Always catch.
Oh wow. So this is the anti-Ornn
tech
that they are employing.
It is much better into the Ornn, but the Kench, I think, negates the LeBlanc a lot better.
Maybe it's on jungle. Maybe it's just full LS draft.
I've played that when it was good and it was great. I don't think you can play in the current jungle, because I think Clit's gonna have done like 15 clears by the time you're like, hey guys, I got my ultimate now.
Yeah, I've got my smite upgraded. It's 45 minutes into the game.
Classic Ornn, and like you pointed out, I think in terms of what it provides you into the Leona specifically and into the Ornn. The Braum is still a very good pick. It does create a little bit more difficulties with the LeBlanc, but even that is one that is manageable if you are very adept at the pick. And I do think that Life showed us that he has amazing Ornn. So the one thing that this, an amazing Braum. The one thing that this does provide the composition of Damakia is a plethora of hard engage, much more so than honestly we've seen in a long time, right?
Yeah.
Because generally it's just one and then it's follow-up, right? Nocturne, Set. But this is two main initiators, and this is the big one. It actually provides a front line for Ghost, and that's not something that I thought he was going to have, which is why I'm like, oh, good luck playing that one out. However, there is a Ruda Jinx on the map, and Ruda Jinx...
That's a win condition. That is definitely a win condition that they have available to themselves. Ghost's going to have a harder time sort of threading these piercing arrows, given the fact that Life is on the Braum as well. Another reason why the Braum is a pick that we like. As this LeBlanc from Showmaker is going to be an important one, as it is, we get the confirmation that Renekton is heading towards the top side.
Yep.
As we are really, we're delving back in time with this top lane matchup. That sometimes, like, it was actually Rascal that was able to win the Renekton side of this matchup pretty comfortably a lot of the time. But most people found it pretty difficult into the Ornn, and he would just be okay and then scale way better. But Khan has been playing very, very well. And he's got a pretty glorious beard.
미니언들이 생성되었습니다.
I think that's important, right?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
I really like the skin, Alderwood Ornn. Just waddling back and forth, and as you pointed out, the trading pattern for the Ornn is quite nice into the Renekton. It's not as painful as one might expect. The real difference, of course, is how easy it is for Rascal to get priority in his lane, and the impact that it will have in skirmishes, because a Diana and a Renekton early on are absolutely terrifying. On Viego, not so much. Viego, of course, still has plenty of power in long fights where he can really abuse his sustain. But when it comes to the just short, bursty plays and trying to blow someone up, way more value can be found. But as you pointed out, there is a very big payoff for the Ornn. It also means that we might be looking at some upgraded mythics later on. And into a Jinx, I think it does make sense to a certain extent, even though the Braum neutralizes it by a large amount. Just because you know that Gen G with the Jinx pick are going to say, okay, on top side of the map we might play Snowbally, but in the end, we're going to play for Ruler.
Yeah, there's also a lot of reasons to use Unbreakable as well. So the fact that Ghost is going to be throwing out all of these piercing arrows, it's likely that they'll be able to get Life to throw up the door. As, okay, got a bit of an engage here on the bottom side, level 2 hit, and Life is in a lot of trouble. The Ghost, I don't think, had the Hail of Arrows available, as you can see, just coming up in a second. So, okay. Life in a bit of trouble here as we are, the losing continues for the Varus. After Ruler did not find success on it last game. We'll see whether Ghost is going to be able to turn Varus's prospects around.
It does make sense, right? Because we saw what Khan did last game, and it's basically the popularity of these super beefy bruisers that has really risen over the last couple of patches. BDD.
Yeah, gonna flash very quickly. There's the stun. Face break is pretty good from BDD though, as he's looking to try and turn it. Canyon able to walk out of there, but it's a bit of a limp. Not gonna lie. Diana's on the top side of the map on vision, so Canyon knows that he will be able to get over towards this Rift Scuttler.
So a lot of prior available as the bot. Oh, they missed the ward. That's big.
Yeah.
That would be really nice to deny that. And now Gen.G knows that there is some vision that is found by Kia on their own bot side. They can do the same on top side, then back. And we do see a little bit of a lead for the Diana in terms of clear. I think Viego's skirmishing is real good, but his jungle clear not as fast as some of the other champions that we have at the moment.
Yeah, BDD pretty impressive with the amount of farm that he's been able to pick up on this set in the lane. Not quite as impressive as the Lucian was in game number 1, so I don't think we can do a direct comparison between, you know, Showmaker's set and BDD's set. However, he's still doing a pretty good job trying to weather the storm. Priority won't be his. He's going to teleport back a little bit early. Ooh, that Zenith Blade going to miss as Ghost looking to try and turn it here.
Ruler just using his mana bar to try and clear the wave as much as he can. The ward there is nice. Has not spotted Clid. Maybe if they did go for that, Clid would have gone and helped out the rest of the team, but instead, not going to be the case. And unlike last game, we will not have a 3-minute skirmish, which would have been fun.
It would have. Instead, we're just going to be farming things around. Oh no, we have to talk about ornaments again. It's been so long. Oh no. Okay, which ones are going to come in? Ghost. What's the Prowler's Claw upgrade? I have absolutely no idea. No clue. Well, I guess we'll just have to wing it. We'll invent some names. It'll be fun.
We are the LCK.
Indeed. Indeed.
Ooh, I like this from Clid. Very early. Don't think that GG will necessarily see this one coming. Also, just when the bot side scuttle times out, Rascal, your team is making a play on the bot side of the map.
Yep.
Just play respectful. It's gonna see
He
now.
knows that Canyon is here. See whether the stun is going to connect. Oh, it misses actually, unfortunately. So Rascal makes it out. Might have gotten a flash if that stun had connected, but unfortunately, the blind dash into the wall not going to be enough. Or dash into the brush, I should say.
Khan very happy with the fact that he found it. BDD is providing assistance.
Yeah, Phase Breaker comes through onto Canyon there. Has to be a little bit careful. Showmaker and Barrel will turn up though, and Canyon just happy to skirmish.
And I think Canyon smited it, and then he didn't get it, and then Clid smited it on like 1 HP.
Something like that happened. I'm not entirely sure.
Because Clid's smite timer is like lower, and I think the second person that smited it actually got it. But it was a bit of a question mark ping there.
Indeed.
Khan, he's Bramble Vest. He is in his lane, happy, farming.
He's done it. He's got past the difficult time in the lane. Bramble Vest completed, and you know this is the nerfed version of the Renekton that Ornn hasn't had to deal with yet in the LCK, and now he's like, oh wow, it's even better. Heck yeah, he'll not do any healing at all. And
main
Clid will get spotted here by Khan, but yeah, a lot that he can do about it because of course the Viego's on the bottom side of the map. Good counter jungling here from Clid, just utilizing the fact that he clears a bit faster than the Viego.
And you have to as well, because as you already pointed out, this Renekton into Ornn matchup is very clear-cut in terms of who is happy if you just sit and do nothing.
Yeah.
So Clid is trying to also use the pressure that the Renekton still provides him at this point in time. Ooh, that's a bait.
Yeah, no Chains of Corruption available though. As yeah, we're just going to set up some Sunlight and look to clear this one out. 30 seconds on the Rift Herald, as Gen G is struggling, but still absolutely fine as far as the farm is concerned. Should be that Ruler can just pick up these when they head towards the turret, as it looks like it's a bit of a stack of a wave from Damwon Kia, so that they can have the initiative when it comes to the potential Herald fight.
We saw some things go down towards that jungle camp. I don't think they have vision of Clid, but they were clearly communicating that the chances are that he is here. Of course, well spotted on the top side, right? And then he goes back, and you know he will generally path from bot to top based on his camp cooldowns, and that prompts Canyon in turn to start up this Rift Herald.
Yeah, I really like this, understanding that they did have the tempo advantage with the bottom lane being stacked and played out exactly how it needed to. Intelligent play so far for Damwon Kia, but a lot of vision available here for Gen G. Good face breaker as there's a showstopper. Showmaker just going to be pulled away, but the chains are going to connect. And okay, in goes Barrel. Chains of Corruption land, as well as immediately the Diana will be taken down. First blood at 8.5 minutes goes over to Ghost once again. And the Rift Herald to boot. Damwon Kia, their early games are just... What happened? It's so much better now. As the Ornn Horn has been bellowed. Rascal's going to have to flash as Canyon comes on in, and they miss everything. And Rascal, you could emote, I think. I think an emote's probably due.
He should.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. Sidesteps literally everything.
Yeah, I think the Monka W Yumi should have been used.
I would like that.
I would have liked that. Or the Happy Bee. Happy Bee might have been a bit of a troll.
I think you don't Happy Bee because your team actually did give up first blood and also lost Herald. So
yeah, that's true.
Still not very happy about it. And yeah, it was an interesting...
Clid just goes over and smites it. Oh man, it's been a bit of a comedy of comedy errors when it comes to the jungle for Canyon and locking things down.
There we
Gonna nail
go.
that one though. There we are.
That's that Raptor. Got that one.
Raptors are way more important, as we know. As this mid lane, very, very even. I'm looking to see whether Showmaker is going to be able to find these sort of mid-game skirmishes that LeBlancs really do enjoy. His job is going to be kill ruler at all costs. Doesn't have the most massive amount of peel, and I think it's going to be about life, doing the best that he can in that regard.
Oh, it's just... Yeah, Khalid walks up there. Like, life also hesitates.
And some vintage barrel with the, the flash first, ask questions later. I like it.
That is... When, like, the difference between that working out or not is whether, or like, that looking good or not is whether it works or goes.
He just walked over and said, take me, I guess, as there's the Chains of Corruption. Showmaker's coming down as well, as there's the ulti. They're piling in on top of Ghost. He lands a huge arrow. Ruler's going to get excited and run away. Canyon flashes after him. I don't know whether he's going to have enough gap close, as Showmaker will be able to take down Life here, and they grab that kill for their second of the game. And good night, Canyon Glid yet again. Starmonk here, they answer back much better. BDD in this mid lane will be able to grab some crockery from this turret. However, he wasn't there able to help out his bottom side, so 2 plates go over to the set.
Conscious decision not to try and collapse on that play, because I think they know we're not giving up Drake with this, and that's what we really care about. Because yes, that is a favorable trade in terms of kills, but as Gen G, you also pick up the plates on mid lane, and you will have tempo on this upcoming Drake. Yes, you give up more plates here as the Herald goes down, and it's gonna make a almost 1k gold plate be set up here now, but I think that was really well played by everyone in Damonkia, and then it was a little bit clunky from Gen G, except Ruler, who somehow got the kill and got out. Oh, Ghost, he's gonna do it.
Canny, this is blind. Did a fair bit of damage to Clit.
It's close.
You take those, you take those. A little bit unfortunate though, as they do have to give away Drake number 2. It is going to be an Ocean Soul this game, so monsoon theme well in effect. I like that one a lot. It was a good flash by Ghost, and I like that, you know, they make the play. Maybe didn't need to face check Clit quite that much, but this Solar Flare, man, just beautiful.
That Ruler gets out there, it's just ludicrous.
Yeah.
But if you don't miss a couple of the initial skill shots, then you don't need to go forward there and flash over the wall. So that's what I was referring to. I think that the overall execution is a little bit over-eager, but in the end, it does pay off with your Chinks getting a kill and you're getting a bunch of plates in the mid lane, meaning that you don't actually lose out that much. And you get the Drake, and that's a big one, because Ocean Drake for the Gen G composition is going to alleviate their basically how scared they're going to be going into the mid to late game, because while you look at this in first sight and you see, okay, we have an Ornn.
Yeah.
That's basically it, right? Like Ornn into Renekton, how clear does it need to be? But then think about what a composition like Damonkia's actually does. There's a lot of burst, but the consistent damage...
It's pick and poke. They have a lot of pick and poke. And on a single target, I actually think that it's kind of brilliant, given how Viego works.
Agreed.
So I sort of like it, but I understand what you're saying. It's like, do they have consistent DPS? And the answer kind of is no.
I think they will, provided that the soul doesn't go over, and that's an important one. As teleport.
That's a lot of teleports coming through here. Fancy feet from Beryl, really nicely done. As in comes Khan. He's very tanky, but still, he's going to flash away. Solar Flare and the Chains of Corruption are good on BDD, but he has a Haymaker. As there's the Ornhorn, just knocks the set right into the Death Chamber with the Ram. Love it. Connects the Chains there. Oh my goodness, the snare's beautiful. As Rascal dives on in, the Dominus doing some work as once again, Clit is dead, but here are the resets. In goes Canyon's gonna get stunned though and taken out. Ruler's massive and getting real excited, but Ghost is still at full health. Showmaker pops him. Good night, Mr. Jinx. And dumb one, there's 2.5 minutes on Drake. No idea what they're fighting over, but it's fun.
4 for 2. You take those, Atlas. Yeah, it's a blue buff. That's what they're fighting over.
And it's dead now.
It is taken. Let's see who ends up with it at the very end. I think Canyon got it, but he died. And engaging onto his set always feels a bit questionable. With the shields, going down, and Ghost having a beautiful position there. This is still looking good. Then Showmaker finds a change on top of Clit, and this is where I like, oh, you really want to go for this, you're a little bit early, your power spikes haven't quite been hit on champions like Bjorn, and it all goes well until Canyon goes in.
Canyon
value.
He got very excited.
Yeah, the value is insane there, and then yeah, that. Oh, Show.
Just
나이스!
perfectly done.
아 좋아 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 좋아. 오케이. 오케이 건부야 좋아.
He was very happy.
He loved it.
He did indeed.
Beautiful.
I think he said, I like it over and over again, but I'll need confirmation because I...
That's what I thought as well.
yeah, I mean, we've learned that word.
It's the
We
one
did
word
it!
We know. We did.
Confirmation from production.
Yes.
Translation. He said chua 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 multiple times.
Yes.
And, as you know, I do get it wrong.
They're gonna
quite
fight
often.
again.
Oh. It feels, it's like it's Christmas. After yesterday, it's like every time there's a skirmish, it's like Christmas. I love it. As Rascal slowed down a little bit here, as now he's going to go in. Shirley is the target, as Clid dives on forward. Moonfall does nothing, as Canyon gets out with the ulti. Now Damonkia circling like sharks. Solar Flare connects onto BDD. In goes Beryl. As there's the Chains of Corruption as well. Rascal on the backline, not able to find the target. And once again, BDD hits the Death Chamber. Damonkia, even against a red side Gen G, looking so much better than they have every other week of summer.
The real shocker to me is that they're focusing set, and it works. Like, that's not what's supposed to happen, and it ties into what you pointed out earlier. It is a single target composition. The amount of burst that they have available is disgusting on a single target. So what they do
is they kill a single target.
They kill one person. In this case, it's generally BDD because he's like, I'm set. This, I can. This is fine, right?
Oh, okay. Ruler's gonna possibly get out of here. Yep, Flame Trumpers go down.
He's fine.
Yeah.
But I actually think that means he can't back, and if he can't back, they are going to give him Soul Point. Or rather, not get Soul Point, right? It's the first rank.
They're going to sack Soul Point. They are allowed to. Gen G with their 2 Drake buffer, not going to be challenged too much, as Canyon's fighting a top laner like he's a top laner, which is pretty impressive, as, oh man, Showmaker just...
Oh, they're going to go
He's
for it.
being very mischievous as he is spotted. Double control wards go down, but there is a distortion available as goes. Tagged by Cleared. Looks to get in. It's not exactly the Moonfall he's looking for, but he goes golden. Will be in position. Oh my goodness, the damage as BDD goes on forward. Haymaker's massive. They get rid of the Varus, and Canyon has to flash away. Doesn't have anything that he can really do here. Showmaker is at very high health, but Khan can't do anything, and here's the Gen G that we've been waiting for. Beryl taken out. It's a double kill for Ruler, and it should just be Soul Point going over to Gen G.
I've seen this one before, Atlas. Ruler getting fat, and that's the one person you can't allow to get this much gold on. Not just because of what he does for Gen G, but also it's a Jinx, and that's the one character that can shred through basically everything in the late game. And here we see how a team fight has to go for it to go well for Gen G. It's literally 100-0. Only thing he's able to get off is a Haymaker, right? Because it's Beryl into knockup from Khan, into more CC, into him getting blown up. As on the bot side, oh, Rascal.
Yep, Showmaker looking for it. There is no turret here, as the flash does eventually come down. Showmaker does not have his, and he's still looking for more. Doesn't find the chain. Q not going to get popped, and so the Rascal is going to be able to escape. But that is the flash, and that's important.
Ruler, please back. You've been sitting on this pre-fight.
Yeah.
You already had a lot of money then. I kind of want to see what he's going to buy when he goes back.
Full rapid fire cannon, full IE, let's go.
Yeah, looks like that, as it is Clear that starts the fight and immediately gets out the flash from Ghost. But it's BDD's Engage that does what we know a set can do. It's a beautiful combination with the Super Mega Death Rocket, and that in of itself already basically ruins the fight.
Yeah, Khan didn't use ult the entire time.
Didn't have time.
Yeah.
Just not available. And the confidence on Gen G as well, where they're like, no, we won the fight, Clint, just do Drake. It's like, we don't need you. Just get that Ocean Soul. Point, rather, as Ruler, I'm serious, please back.
Yeah, he still hasn't gone back. Goodness gracious me.
There's waves to be picked up, Atlas, you don't
That's
get
true,
it.
that's true. All right. Yeah, this the goal graph was starting to move up for Damonkia, and it's sitting all the way back down again. Khan, see when he can actually start dishing out those ornaments. as I cheated a little bit. I had a look at what some of the names were. Do you know what the Prowler's Claw upgrade is called? You should be able to get this one. It's quite obvious.
Prowler's Talon?
Sandshrike's Claw, I believe. Double check.
I did not know that.
Sandshrike's Claw, indeed. Yeah. I can't believe you didn't know.
Sandy Claw?
Sandy Claws.
It's just connected.
We are
again.
definitely calling it Sandy Claus from now on. I love that. Definitely better when we move closer to like the Casper Cup. It definitely has to be a Sandy Claus for that one.
Ruler, by the way, it was a full item. It's a full Renance.
Oh, I like the Renance much better than the Rapid Fire Cannon that we've seen so many people picking up.
Especially in this comp where it's about Ruler.
Yeah.
I'm excited. So we really need, and now we have reached a situation that has come to fruition often for a lot of teams, which is you can't lose a single fight around a Drake timer because you will give over assault to your opponent. And that's not a good place to be in. However, we have seen that the Monkey comp, when it works well, works exceptional. But for that to really come to fruition, you need vision, and you need to deny vision from Gen G. And they have the range to do that, right? Their poke is still very respectable. They have a lot of hard engage, so Gen G needs to be really respectful in how they move around the map here.
Yes. And they certainly do have a bit of an advantage, do Gen G, at this point in time. You can see the gold is still in favor of Damwon Kia. But I think as this game goes on, despite the Ornn factor, it is still going to be a really tough one for Damwon Kia to finish off at the end, just with the ease of execution of Gen G's composition as the game goes on.
Yeah, it's interesting. It does come down, though, to Ruler never dying. And in team fights, I think Ruler is probably the best position AD carry we have in the entire league. However, when it comes to picking up random waves on the map...
As long as he's not in the mid lane right here. With the mid-outer turret dead. The mid-outer turret does need to be dead for Ruler to be exposed, though.
Yes, that is essential. And we say jokingly, but I think I can think of like 10 games at the top of my head.
Oh yeah, no, it happens all the time.
Well, just instantly losing the game. So I say joking, but actually Ruler can't die. And as long as Ruler is alive, what's going to happen is there's going to be an attempt, but a lot of the hard engage from Damwon Kia's comp is going to be negated by the Braum, right? Like the Khan can't just throw an ultimate out, and he really needs to wait for the Unbreakable to be down. And even if he does, BDD is very happy to take an Ornn and slam it into enemy team. And from that point of view, I actually would have liked it if Khan went for a different item. Because Frostfire is going to give you a lot more bonus health. And I think it's a bit risky. Into Zed as Teleport comes through.
Yeah. So get him down here, 15 seconds. On that Ocean Soul point for Gen G. This is the moment for Damwon Kia. Can they get through? Once again, I'm reminded of Wolf's call about Ruler being the golden snitch. He certainly is at this point in time. Don't ignore the quaffle. Look for the jinx. As Drake has been started, still very healthy. As Rascal, down to about 50%. We need some of these arrows to land. They back away as the Varus is charging it. Life holds onto the Unbreakable, very important. The Unbreakable cooldown is the most important thing that Damwon Kia are waiting for. Oh, it's actually huge. And this is what happens, because the Unbreakable can't be used, the piercing arrows really hurt. There's Showmaker. A lot of damage there. He will be all right. More piercing arrows getting charged. Oh, very close to Ruler right there as Canyon sets up the mist. In goes BDD. He really wants this one as Khan bellows breath, but then the ulti does land. Ghost flashes away as in goes Beryl. Super Mega Death Rocket actually avoided there as Ghost picks up the kill onto the set, but Ruler is still alive. Showmaker looking for him. Not able to quite get there. The Drake once again aggroed. Oh, it's only... Ghost just needs to get tickled and he'll die. He's so incredibly low as the Ornn comes out. There's the Unbreakable. Khan not going to have that ulti now for the re-engage, but look at this. Piercing arrow, painful, onto life right there as in goes Khan, gets a double knock-up. It's beautiful, Canyon's taken down. Ocean Soul is denied as now Rascal diving on top of Khan. But the rest of Damwon Kia, just get out of there, guys. You've done it. It's a great job. You've taken away the Drake. They get the reset. They take down Rascal as well as the cherry on top. As out goes Showmaker. Ruler, still a huge prize here. Still looking to try and escape. Showmaker weaving around. BDD back up and available yet again. I think they'll just take the jungle. and call it a day.
Oh, what a tense sequence of events there. And if that flip goes the other way, it is end of the line for Damwon Kia, or at least the game becomes infinitely harder. However, what happens instead is we see that at the very end there's a little bit of a split call, with Rascal going in and saying, Ruler, if we go in here, we might make it work. It's a great engage from BDD. This is what I'm talking about. Look at the damage that is done here, right? But in the end, it's a one-for-one trade. BDD gets taken down on the top side, Barrel on the bot side. But they can't really utilize the fact that Ruler gets excited. And then we go back to the same state where this is just really easy to play out for Damwon Kia. Just play it slow. Ruler is able to sidestep this knock-up, which is great, but the rest of his team dies. And this is a crucial moment, because I think if Ruler goes forward there, and Rascal is able, to get a kill.
Oh my god!
It's insane!
I mean, Rascal's tilted off the planet right now. He's not here. Earth is not where Rascal is.
But I respect the call from Denji, because I think that if Ruler does go in there and him and Alive die, that's Baron. And this is it feels kind of bad, but it doesn't actually matter that much. You get a new chance in 3 minutes, and by that point Ruler might have Lord Dominic's regard. And that is going to completely change how these fights go, because we see now that you see with how little health Khan stayed alive there. Once the Lord Dominic's is done, if Ruler gets excited, it's immediately end of the line. But what a beautiful, beautiful second game here again between Damwon Kia and Gen G Atlas.
Yeah, absolutely amazing stuff. Showmaker 3-0-6 on his LeBlanc, his third most played champion of all time so far in the LCK and internationally. He's currently sitting at a 61% win rate on this champion. He's looking real good at this current point in time. Damwon Kia, I mean, they still need to play these fights perfectly every single time. But if that last fight shows us anything, it is that these wars of attrition are won if the right things happen here for Damwon Kia. It's not sort of that Gen G ending type situation, and these ornaments are going to start getting doled out as well. As, Lord Dominic's regard picked up by big. Ruler. IE next, and he is going to be doing just the most damage.
Ornament comes through, and
yeah. Is that Luden's pulse still, or is it something else now?
It's a very good question.
Let me find out. It's the Eye of Luden.
That's way cooler, actually. I like that.
I mean, it may as well have just stayed Luden's pulse. I don't know, man. Makes me I guess now that the item's changed to a mythic, it needs to all be changed around a little bit. So Eye of Luden comes in. There's just enough. There's enough names to learn, right?
The worst part is when inevitably, in like a year, the entire mythic system gets reworked again. You have to relearn all the names again.
Oh no. Hopefully they just revert back and we get the old ones again or something like that. Or they just name them all of the names that we come up with here in the LCK. That would be absolutely perfect.
We can ask for that, right? Like, please, Riot.
Yeah.
Would be great. Oh, Ruler!
Ruler, this is your spot! Immediate cleanse. That was about as Captain Jack as you can get. And Ruler's going to make it out, but doesn't have his cleanse now. And Damwon Kia, they can do this over and over again.
How many times do we have to talk about Ruler's spot before Ruler himself is like, never, never, not happening anymore?
Yeah. Okay, Canyon. On over to the side. BDD. Okay, oh man, this is so tense. Oh, the Facebreaker doesn't land, but the Zenith Blade does. A lot of value with the Piercing Arrow. They've traded a few ultimates as Khan comes on through life, holding onto that Unbreakable. That's why you don't see Khan immediately ordering a GOAT attack. Still, 19 seconds now, as once again, it's just as important as the last fight for Damwon Kia. To deny this. Yeah, it is uncomfortable. As BDD looking to come on forward. There's the showstopper as he dives into the backline. Canyon goes golden though as Khan's pretty tanky. Beryl finds his way towards the backline, but Ruler gets excited. In goes Rascal. Ruler a little bit out of range at this point in time. It's Showmaker has to get out of there. The clone will be taken down as the Piercing Arrow is dangerous, but Gen G stay as the Phalanx keep themselves together. Ruler at full health. In the back, some resets coming on through as here's the teleport from Showmaker. He's back to full health. as Khan finds position here as Cleared is in trouble. Goes golden eventually. The Haymaker not exactly the most value as Ghost, there's no follow-up. Cleared in the back line. Is he going to get taken down by the Ram? No, he's not. A Showmaker dives on top of Ruler and Damwon Kia. They may have just done it right here. Goodbye, Rascal. And the back is successful from BDD, but he's there all alone. As now Damwon Kia should be able to get this Drake and get the Baron.
Insane team fights coming
The
through
intensity
here.
is just ridiculous in this series.
God, this is just the best of 3 in the middle of the split. Oh, but both teams are fighting for it like it is way more than that, and it might be way more than that. If that knockup from Khan doesn't hit, if BDD and Rascal find the opportunity to back a little bit earlier and then teleport in together, if there is a flank war, that might go completely different. But the fact that Ruler dies there after Khan finds the so important knockup.
Oh, look,
yeah.
Beryl knows. He's like, take me.
No way you're getting that one.
I mean, it wasn't going to happen anyway, but I really do like that he's just standing there like a riot shield.
Wow. Oh, and
This game is... And look, BDD gets a decent showstopper there. Like, you can understand why they're going for it. Ruler kites it out. There's no way that Beryl's able to lock him down.
yeah, and Ruler, I'm not quite sure. I think that he might thought that Kane flanked there because his positioning just to go for the wave doesn't make that much sense. Because now he's in an awkward spot, right? He's not with the rest of his team. He can't go for any autos. And then this engagement is nice. And look at this ultimate.
야, 고!
Yeah, because the door was round the other way. That's what they've been waiting for the whole time.
If Ruler flashes the other way and Khan doesn't hit that ultimate, Ruler lives, he gets a kill, and the fight is completely different.
Oh, man.
Man!
We can't be living in the what-ifs. It's too stressful. Facebreaker onto Canyon. He's going to heartbreak his way out. Okay.
Whew.
Khan isn't here. So Damwon Kia do have to be careful. Man, Ghost does a lot of damage right now. There's Clit looking for a potential flank. Ruler! Oh my goodness, the chain doesn't go off! Oh, that would have been catastrophic. But Showmaker is going to back away.
Oh, it's 18 pages in the book. It was almost more. Oh my god, and I'm not sure, but it seems like it might have been too much, right? Like the poke now is so oppressive. Ruler isn't actually able to get in range and make use of the power we know he has, because your front line is going to be shredded by the time you actually get onto the fight.
Oh man, Rascal for a potential stun. Bellows Breath there from Khan will deny that. Sitting at 4,000 health. Has his Thornmail, has his Randuin's. Not a target that Ruler can hit, as that's a Solar Flare right on top of Ruler. Now they're trying to start this fight off. Showstopper's decent as immediately Ghost is taken out of the fight. Ruler getting excited. Now the disengage really has to come through from Damwon Kia. I think they might have to sacrifice Khan, as Showmaker still looking to try and help him out, but it's not going to work. Ruler doesn't find the zap. Great fight back from Gen G as Canyon, he still wants it. Oh, this is intense, but this is a great moment for Gen G.
I was just waiting for Canyon to show up there, and as you pointed out, yeah, they need to sacrifice Khan. They wait a little bit longer, but there is no objective on the map, so there is no immediate repercussions for this, as it is the engage on top of Ghost and Beryl. Ruler also, he has cleanse here. He just doesn't use it because he recognizes that he's safe.
He doesn't need to.
BDD, again, setting up these engages in beautiful fashion. There we see why Ruler still needs an IE, because Khan is barely taking any damage. It takes the entirety of Gen G waiting away on him for quite a while for them to actually pick it up. And also look at Life. Life literally stays on top of Ruler all the time, constantly, every time, because he knows that the moment Showmaker sees an opening...
Beryl versus Raptor, who wins? Oh, it's Beryl in the end. Takes him a long time, though.
See what he's building? You see that second item that's about to come through? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Beautiful.
God, what a game.
Yeah.
And in 40 seconds, we're going to have another fight.
Yeah, we need to. As Gen G looking to try and get some position around here as Showmaker. Back of this distortion. It's on around. as Canyon poking on through, utilizing this mist very effectively. Teleport from Khan will take him towards this mid lane. 20 seconds as this poke is very important. Remember, Varus and LeBlanc, both of them, technically poke champions. LeBlanc uses her entire body